Duchess of Edinburgh shares heartfelt moment with Yazidi woman who was held captive by ISIS at moving photography exhibition. The Duchess of Edinburgh shared a heartfelt moment with a Yazidi woman who was held captive by ISIS at a moving photography exhibition in London today. Sophie, 59, on Wednesday attended a special event at the Foreign, Commonwealth, and Development Office that was organized by Farida Global, a not-for-profit set up in support of genocide survivors and victims of conflict and religious persecution. The humanitarian organization was set up by Farida Khalif, a Yazidi activist and the co-author of The Girl Who Beat ISIS. Farida Global brought its traveling exhibition titled The Women Who Beat ISIS to London for a special showing on November 27 that was attended by Sophie, as part of her work championing the survivors of conflict-related sexual violence, CSRV. According to a post on Farida Global's official Instagram account, the key themes addressed at the event included the ongoing impact of the Yazidi genocide and gender-based violence in conflicts. Sophie looked solemn as she studied the portraits of Yazidi women who endured the unspeakable horrors of captivity and violence at the hands of the ISIS. According to a press release shared by Farida Global on its Instagram page, the traveling exhibition features the testimony of Yazidi women who survived the vicious violence committed by Daesh in Iraq in 2014. Sophie picked a muted outfit for the visit on Wednesday, with the mother of two wearing a white maxi dress that skimmed her ankles with a gray blazer on top. Sophie, a passionate women's rights advocate, was also photographed deep in conversation with Yazidi survivor Awaz Abdi. With one arm around Abdi, Sophie listened carefully to her experiences as the young girl shared a tender moment with the Duchess. Yazidis have suffered horrendous abuse and persecution by neighboring groups for centuries. In 2014, IS invaded the Yazidi ancestral homeland of Sinjar, killing thousands and trafficking thousands more young women and children into slavery. Within days, nearly 10,000 people had been killed, shot, beheaded or burned alive, or kidnapped, according to the Public Library of Science journal PLOS Medicine. "10 years on, as survivors in refugee camps mark the anniversary of the genocide, many remain missing or unable to be identified from the scores of mass graves discovered. Last May, Sophie made a surprise visit to Iraq as part of her work championing the survivors of conflict-related sexual violence, CSRV. Sophie spent 2 days in the capital Baghdad, where she heard about the challenges facing Iraqi women and girls, and the ongoing work to protect and promote their rights, Buckingham Palace announced. The previously unannounced trip, which was kept secret for security reasons, was made at the request of the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office, in support of the Women, Peace and Security Agenda, WPS, the palace said. During the visit, Sophie visited Baghdad where she heard about the challenges facing Iraqi women and girls. She also traveled to Erbil where she spoke with civil society organizations working to address the impact of CRSV and promote the full, equal and meaningful participation of women in peace processes. While in Erbil, the Duchess heard a Yazidi survivor's experience of being separated from her children born of rape and her efforts to be reunited with them. Before returning to England, Sophie also spent time with Yazidi survivors of CSRV at Qadia camp in Duhok, which is home to over 13,000 internally displaced persons, IDPs. As a part of the surprise visit, she also toured a family planning center, where she heard about the work being carried out to support the reproductive health and well-being of Iraqi women. Sophie's most recent public appearance in London on Wednesday comes days after she attended the 60th anniversary of the Well-Being of Women charity. The Duchess' visit coincided with the launch of the Well-Being of Women's Research Impact Report, which maps the charity's contribution to improving women's health since it was founded. As the charity's patron, Sophie thanked its volunteers for their tireless work to support the well-being of women over the years. In a speech, the charity's chair, Professor Dame Leslie Regan, thanked the Duchess of Edinburgh for helping us show gratitude to our volunteers. Sophie was named the Royal Patron of the Well-Being of Women charity, that focuses on improving access to gynecological and reproductive health care, in May 2021. During a conversation with Regan at the time, Sophie said, "It's about time we really had a grown-up conversation about women's health." Then the Countess of Wessex, Sophie added she has a vested interest in coming on board as the charity's royal patron because not a woman on the planet can say they haven't had to access support. "We've all been there, and it's about time we really had a grown-up conversation about it."